Isaiah 46:8. Remember this and shew yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors.
Yeah. Read it one more time, that last part.
Isaiah 46:8. Remember this and shew yourselves men. And bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors.
Show ourselves men. Where do we see examples of real men in the world? You don't see it in the world, but you see it in this book. You see the examples of what it means to move like a man, to think like a man in this book that was given to us. We see how our forefathers moved. So these are examples of what it looks like to gird up thy loins, to be a man, to be in the middle of adversity and still keep your integrity like Job did. Get Job 2 and 10. All right, let's get an example of what actual masculinity looks like.
Job 2 and 10.
Women like to talk about emotional intelligence. Simple hoes. Let's get some emotional intelligence here.
Man, Job 2 and 10. But he said unto her, thou speakest.
Read up like a verse or two, so we can get a little. The new listeners will know what was going. No, just like verse 6 or something.
6.
No, 7. 7. What is it?
So he went from Satan to the presence of the Lord.
Yeah.
Job 2 and.
So I mean, give you some context. The Lord will put you through trials on purpose sometimes. All right, to see how you're gonna respond, to see if you're gonna apply the knowledge you've been given, which is wisdom. Go ahead.
Job 2 and 7. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sores, boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown.
His health was shot. The Lord not only attacked his wealth, he attacked the man's health. Goddamn, one of these women, let them get chlamydia or something like that. They'll act like the world ended. They'll do anything to fix it. They'll go be with another man for some money to fix that. Women, they don't have any self-control or emotional, intelligence like they like to talk about. But go ahead, and they don't make proper judgment calls.
Yeah, no reasoning skills.
Hell no, no reasoning skill. They don't resort to counsel. Nothing. They just act off emotions.
So if a man is moving off of that spectrum of how he deals in the world,
right?
We know that man can't be trusted in times of affliction or adversity. You understand? And we're gonna see what Job's wife's solution was when she was going through this with her husband. Go ahead.
Job 2 and 7. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown.
Yep.
And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes.
So he sat down, because what a man is gonna do when he's brought to a lower state, he's gonna look in the mirror, he's gonna consider his ways, he's gonna think, okay, how do I fix this? How did I even get in this situation? Right. How do I need to move going forward? What's the mindset I should have? So when he sat down, he was having upright man's thoughts. He even talks about it in the chapters follow. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why Scripture says in Proverbs, commune with thine own heart. And that's why the Lord has us in the house of mourning than the house of feast. Because when you're in a house of mourning, right, that's what causes you to reflect, man.
Then said
a woman when she's put in that when a woman's put in that situation, they don't sit still. Especially women today. If something wrong is going on in their life, they run to social media. They just want to talk. You know what I mean? They can't sit still and actually think about, okay, on the spiritual side, how do I need to move right now?
Right. Oh. Then said his wife unto him, doest thou still?
Dost thou still retain thy integrity?
Dost thou? Then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die.
So her solution was to just give up, be rebellious towards the Lord, and die. Not to endure to the end so that he might be saved. That wasn't her solution. Her solution was something complete opposite of what the Lord wants. Okay, continue on.
Verse 10, Job 2 and 10, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
So now he called her silly thought process out.
Right.
All right, which is what a man is gonna do. He sees somebody on some bullshit. Hey, nigga, you tripping. So he called her out on that mindset, and then what did he say?
He said, what shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall not receive evil?
And he explained to her that the Lord is balanced, that we're going to receive trials and tests. Okay? So he called her out and then told her this is how the Lord operates and this is what he wants. Yep. And then it's approved in the scriptures by the Lord. Go ahead.
And all this did not Job sin with his lips.
Now get Sirach 2 and 5.
Okay.
You know, you can do 1 to jump 5. I just want to give it quick. That's all good.
This is Sirach 2 and 5. I'll start at verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Be patient like Job was when you changed to a low estate. Go ahead.
It says, verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
If you want to be an acceptable man, we've been talking this whole lesson about fame, and niggas want to be accepted. Maybe they'll accept me. Right. If you want to be an acceptable man, a man that has, uptight, upright reputation, name attached to him.
A polished person.
A polished person. There you go. What did the scripture say you should do?
It says, verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
So when you're put in that furnace of adversity, there's a particular way that you should operate, which a feminine spirit isn't going to operate in an upright manner when the Lord sends adversity.
Which they weren't created to.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they're likened unto the weaker vessel, man. You know, and that's the purpose of the men. That's why this truth is really about, right? Restoration of the men. That's why the Lord said in Ezekiel the 34th chapter, for the flock of my pasture are men. Right. You know, and if you women, if y'all want to be right in the sight of Yahweh by Shema Shah, you gotta get in order, man. You gotta put off the ways of this world. Romans 12th chapter. You know, be renewed, right, in the inward man. Don't be conformed to the ways and patterns of this world.
Get Jeremiah 3. So I
can get this real quick.
Okay, kind.
Proverbs 25 and 4. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. The finer is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the dross from the silver, now what it says in NLT, remove the impurities from the silver, and the sterling will be ready for the silversmith. Yep. So the shit that men go through in the spirit is being purified through the spirit from the hell we catching, being made for the finer is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
So all these impurities and shit, all the shit we going through, we're being cleansed of the impurities, man.
Yeah. So a brother, there go that nigga again.
Man, beer belly.
Yeah. So catching hell and adversity, well, a lot of brothers, it removed that mama's boy out of you. Because now that you have this knowledge that's been given unto you, and you catching hell, you're forced to operate in a masculine way, because the Lord said this is how you're supposed to move. So now you have to practice being a man once you get this knowledge. He forces that on us. So us catching hell is really be a man. The same way you go, you like, hey, you come with me today. You ain't kicking it with your mama.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, you gonna learn how to all that crying shit.
Gas, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it may be.
That's how the Lord is fixing His sons up to be little versions of Himself.
Damn, I just had that.
All right, because when you talk about that gold being tried in the furnace of adversity, when you burn gold of its impurities, you know you're done when you can see your reflection in it.
Boy.
So the Lord's burning out our impurities until He sees His reflection in us. Simply put, man.
So he's burning out. Wow.
That's spiritual. Hey, you mentioned about it being burned. You know, you put it like in a cauldron or whatnot, and then whenever that gold is being refined, all the slag and the slough, it floats up to the top. And that's spiritual, because whenever the Lord puts us in the fire, He shows us our filth. Then He gives us an option. Okay, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You gonna keep it? You gonna move it out?
Yeah.
You know. So that's important. So as we're in that fire, the Lord, as we're in that fire, the Lord, He brings up, all those purities, and He shows it to us, man. Yep. You know.
Now you mentioned earlier that a woman, if you're gonna be in the truth, you gotta follow the order. The women gotta do the same thing we're doing, in the sense that we're forwarding the will of our husband.
Right.
What our husband wants, we check. Okay, what he needs right now. Okay, and we're pushing that forward. The women are supposed to be the same way. The brothers, sisters, if you got a man that's in his truth, or the wives, He's not requiring anything of you that the Lord don't require of us. We're likened unto his. You got Jeremiah 3?
Yeah.
We're likened unto his wife, right?
Jeremiah 3 and 14. It says, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you."
The Lord is married unto us. Okay? So what is the purpose of our lives? We mentioned it earlier. Fear God and keep his commandments. But it's the whole duty of man. Our purpose is to fear him and do it, follow his instructions. So what's yours? Because we know the hierarchy of the family mentioned in Corinthians. All right? The Most High, the Son, the husband, then the what? The wife, and then the children. So your commanding officer will be your husband. And that's your Lord. The same way Abraham was Sarah's Lord. If you're really down in this truth, you should be calling your man Lord. Go call him that now. Next time you see him, be like, "Hey Lord, how you doing?" But you women, y'all so fucked up. This society got y'all probably burned alive like a vampire. She had to call her man Lord.
Spontaneous. I always say that shit.
And the ones that do,
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, spontaneous. You gonna keep spontaneous combust around this bitch. Girl, you know it. Head spinning around and shit on fire like a motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
and the ones that do, you can't really trust that shit. Cause you know, Eve, man, they good with that fake submissive stuff, man.
Man, boy.
They use that as a kryptonite to try to, make you open up, and then as soon as you open up, that's when they turn to a fucking demon. So really, on this side, don't trust none of that stuff.
They use their femininity as a weapon.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I can say something.
Go ahead. Go say it. I want to hear.
It ain't get no. Make them say "con" out of one when you in the bed.
No, they will it.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a lot of correction.
Yeah, the rod of correction is like, that's the only time in that bitch. Nah, fuck it.
Yeah, we just need out of here.
Yeah.
You know.
Jeremiah. Oh, you had something?
No.
Jeremiah 3 and 14. "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion."
You got it.
So yeah, man. As the priest was going into, the Lord is married unto us. All right, and that's ultimately starting with the men, those first fruit spirits, the 144,000 starting off, man.
They still going.
You know, so as we're married unto the Lord, all right, and what solidifies a marriage? All right, that covenant, that blood. You see, and through Yahweh's blood, this is how we're, all right, married, all right, unto Yahweh Bashmal Shah. So with that, all right, there's duties of marriage. You know, the law speaks about, all right, how you cannot, uphold the duties of marriage, all right, unto your spouse. You got that's a vow that you're in. When you marry, when you consider a vow, man, that you gotta keep it whether you feel like it or not. So once again, you so-called sisters, all right, that have men in the Lord will understand, all right, that you are in a vow, all right, that the heavens, that Yahweh Bashmal Shah and the holy angels are looking at, man. All right, so that means what? You gotta uphold that whether you feel like it or not. There's a job to do.
I'm gonna back you up real quick. Deuteronomy 23 and 21. "When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God," and when you become one flesh with him, you're making a vow before the Most High. All right? "When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it.
Right.
Man.
For the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and there will be sin in thee if you don't hold your end of the bargain."
Yep, and that's why there's so much death and destruction and bloodshed coming upon this earth, man. Because we live in a generation to where vows and promises don't mean a damn thing, man. Ooh. 2 Timothy the 3rd chapter says what? "For in the last days perilous times shall come. All right, for men shall be lovers of themselves, truce breakers." So that's what this world knows. They're truce breakers, man. Yep. Oh yeah, man. I promise I got you tomorrow, man. You give me 20. Man, you won't even see that nigga for another 2 years, or your woman. Yeah, I'm down with you. Like you even look at the statistics of marriages now.
Yeah, okay.
All right, they go to the front of the altar in these damn pagan churches. They both say I do. Right, they exchange their wedding vows, and then not even a full year goes by, and a divorce is already instigated, instigated, man. Well, initiated. That's the word I'm looking for.
80% of marriages in this society, in the West, end in divorce. All right, and not only does it end in divorce, but it's encouraged here on the women's side. If she has any inkling of unhappiness or unfulfillment, which is adversity, right, which the Lord sends to us to help us grow, she's promoted and encouraged, and what's the word I'm looking for? Incentivized to divorce you, to break her truce. So being a truce breaker in this society is incentivized.
Boy.
Dude, let's go back to the 60s with the Greatest Society Acts. Okay? Our women were incentivized to get their husbands out of the home. They were incentivized to be a truce breaker. And they took it.
Hit that apple like a bit it again.
Again.
Hey.
You know?
Listen to it. We got it.
I was gonna say, that's always been, you know, that's how Esau's always been able to really bind the strong man, bind us Israelite men, is by working through our women, man. It makes me think about the story with Samson and Delilah, where she was incentivized, you know, by those Philistines. They offer her like so many pounds of, you know, talents of gold and silver.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, you just, man, hey, just make sure you know you get his secrets. Tell us what his power. Tell us where his power resides.
Right.
And they gave her an incentive, you know? So with the woman being carnal, not caring about you, all right, but caring about her own desires, her own wants, caring about her own happiness, well, yeah, she gonna betray you every single time, man, on this side. This is why, once again, we just need the kingdom, man.
We just need the kingdom.
That's the answer to everything. If you don't want the kingdom, you're an anti-Hamashiach. You're antichrist, man. You're satanic if you don't want the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You know, because what are we likened unto? We're likened to spiritual Jerusalem, which Jerusalem means what? Yashasharolam. Yeah. Which means what? Teaching of peace. So if you're against this, that means you're against teaching of peace. Which, by contrary wise, that means what? You're a Satanist, man. You know.
I got a precept for y'all. This is Sirach 25 and 23 in the GNT. It says, a bad wife will make her husband gloomy and depressed and break his heart. Show me a timid man who can never make up his mind, and I will show you a wife who doesn't make her husband happy. Sin began with the woman in the KJV, and say, through the woman we all die. Sin began with a woman, and we must all die because of her.
Man.
So, yeah, hey man, y'all a big part of the goddamn problem.
Boy.
You know? But at the end of the day, you know, it's the Lord's plan, it's the Lord's will. You know?
And he getting his men together, man. You know? That's why the Lord's about to, that's why all these particular military movements happening, financial, you know, movements happening, because really, that ties simultaneously along with the Lord sealing his elect. You see? Getting his men prepared, man. So, you know, y'all can, you know, point fingers at us all day. You know, see, well y'all the head, right? Well, the Lord working on his men, and they getting right. The elect men are getting right, man.
Y'all still popping pussy.
Yeah, and y'all still popping pussy, man. STDs are at an all-time high right now, man.
Especially Houston, yeah.
Everywhere. They just publicize Houston, but you best believe Dallas.
Everywhere.
They just smell like STDs in the air out here, man.
Just like in the ancient world, I forgot which kingdom it was, but in order for a woman, I think it might have been Greece, in order for a woman to be considered a woman, she had to go to the temple and have an orgy. Babylon. Babylon.
And this Babylon.
Yep, and this is Babylon on a whole nother level, man. A woman, if she tries to abstain from this whorish behavior, she's shamed, she's called a pick-me, and she's ostracized by other women. Like something's wrong with her.
Right.
If you departed from evil, you make it yourself a prey.
You need to find your own. You need to find your identity outside of a man.
How you know what you like if you only been with just one man?
Oh,
right.
Wicked hoe.
Man, and niggas like that shit. I like my women with experience. You know,
and go down on the woman and everything. And faggots. You know, women are glorified for being whores, and the men are glorified for being faggots.
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
Pretty good. I know, right? I got one real quick. This is in NLT. Micah 7 and 5 in NLT. Don't trust anyone, not your best friend or even your wife. So don't be pillow talking with your woman all the goddamn time, man. Because in the KJV it said, trust not ye in a friend, put ye not confidence in a God. Keep the doors of your mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom, man.
Don't be pillow talking, nigga.
Right.
That's what got Samson tied up.
Hey, I had a client send me TK Kirkland.
Yeah.
He said he had some homeboys in here that was like cops. He said, I'm guessing on the percentages. He said like 67% of the guys in prison is behind women because they're pillow talking.
Yeah.
Cause they get, so you put up talking with a woman what you doing, you make her ass mad.
She tell everything.
Her homeboys might be one of, might be an officer.
Yeah.
She gonna tell every goddamn thing. For you know it, he got 10 keys in the back of the trunk. Blah blah blah. It's like, man, that's crazy.
It's where he hide his stash at. It's a compartment in the wall in the bedroom.
Right. I got the key. Yeah. Look at that. I be trusting these women, man. Fuck that. You know.
But the scriptures even tell you, hey man, when she do, marvel not if she trespass against thee. So you know, hey.
He's telling us now. Yeah, you're right. That's right.
Ecclesiastes 7:26, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands is bands. And when you go into that word bands in the Hebrew, it says prison.
Yeah,
just like
she's like a pair of handcuffs. She's
Man.
like, if you get too wrapped up in a woman, it's like you hog tying yourself.
A fine ass set of handcuffs.
Yeah.
Bitch got a nice booty, but that's a
When
trap.
you get a fine woman, you gotta read the fine print. Right?
Real shit.
You get a fine woman, you gotta read the fine print.
Fine print.
She will ruin your life, bro. If you get too into her.
Yep.
When a dude get all into it, you say, oh no, you're supposed to be into Sophia. You get all into some coochie. That's how you end up dead or in jail, man.
Man.
And that's always been a struggle for the sons of God, even during the time of the first death. Yeah, even during the time of the first death, you know, during the time of
It's
Noah.
about that time.
You know?
It's still going, but it's about that time.
Okay. You know, the sons of God, they was getting entangled with the daughters of men.
Oh, they just
You know?
wrapped up. They just pressed my button, yeah. But yeah, you finish out.
So yeah, that's the point. You know, but in these times, the Lord is just requiring, you know, more out of us, you know, to ultimately, you know, gird up ourselves like men, okay? And worship Yahweh by Shemal Shai.
All right. So with that being said, man, Alpha Ratzazah, a quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more too. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers, of course, a few sisters pursuing this truth and sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.
Shalom.